Cool FM presents Pop Culture. Hosted by Andres Clemente. Get ready to dive into entertainment news and amazing music. Ready, set, go.
Welcome to Pop Culture. I'm Andres Clemente, your host, and I hope you guys are having a great Tuesday. We have a good one today. I am going to actually catch up with a very old friend of mine. When I say old, I'm talking about 5 years old. We're going all the way to Paris. He's going to talk to us about baguettes and cigars. I don't know, but he's going to be here. He's going to tell us how quarantine is over there. He's going to give us what he's up to during these quarantine moments, if he has any hobbies, any new shows, etc., etc. And most importantly, we're going to have a very fun conversation. Anyways, he will be here right after this. We'll be right back.
I love pop culture.
And we are back with Pop Culture. I'm Andres Clemente, your host. And on the line, hopefully, I have my good friend Carlos Luis Klemprer, who is right now driving a little bike with flowers up front. Carlos Luis, are you there?
Yes, man. Hi, how are you?
Dude, long time no see. We had a little bit of technical difficulties there at the beginning, but we got through.
Yeah, man, I was kind of scared. I was actually at the moment where I was starting to believe I was not going to make it, but finally.
You made it, my friend. How are you? Long time no hear.
Oof, yeah, well, I'm actually pretty excited. I am honored and actually a bit nervous. I don't know if I can live up to the standards of your past interviewees with whom you had such a great and amazing job.
Thank you so much.
I don't know, created so much cool culture, such a good show and content.
Thank you so much. That's so nice. What time is it right now there in France?
It's 1913. It's 7:13.
Oh, I love you do everything military style. Good job by you.
Well, it's very French. It's very French, actually.
So how you been? How's quarantine in France? Are you guys open and everybody's walking around?
Well, it's actually very open. It's the movie theaters are open. Yet,
really?
No one goes. Actually, I've heard. Yeah. Movie theaters are open.
What are they?
I have a couple of friends who.
What are they?
I don't even know what they're showing. I haven't because I'm not interested. I'm just not going to go. But I have a couple of friends who are actually very scared of the coronavirus and are very, always going around with their masks and everything. I always do. I always do my mask also, but they're like particularly strict with this, and they go because no one else goes.
It's funny you say so, because I also have a couple friends that you can assess. People have different levels of risk they want to take. Like I come to the studio every day, so my risk level is pretty low. But I have a good friend of mine who does not want to leave his house. He's always with mask. He's putting on videos about wearing mask and not leaving your house unless completely necessary. So, and my mom has not seen me in like 6 months. So yeah, a lot of people have like different risk levels they're taking, but no judgment. I think the most important part is that you can't judge other people on how scared they are about this, because you don't know.
Well, my views on this, end of the world saga, which has been, for the past 6 years, months, has been rather skeptical.
Okay.
Because I know there's like this, the coronavirus is real. I know it's a very dangerous thing, but I also understand there's a treatment of the news and statistics, particularly statistics, that sometimes are made to just draw attention from the public, and all the news channels and stuff. They're just, making they're very successful in just communicating stuff that they just make my mom and your mom absolutely crazy. And, it's sometimes I can't get over it. And, I've been a bit more laid back. It's kind of those things that if I get it, I get it, and I hopefully I will overcome it. just like the vast majority of the cases. I mean, I just hope not be one of those weird exceptions that you kind of see, like, this guy was a doctor, he was completely healthy, and he got it, and he was 30 years old, and he died from it. I don't want to be that guy, obviously.
Do you
But
think
also,
do you think if we did not have 24-hour news channels and social media, the pandemic would have been like it is right now, or would have been more controlled? What is your thought?
That's a very good question. That's a very good question. I believe that tricky question. I believe that news media are necessary, and they've helped in containing this. But I also believe that because of what they need to draw attention, and sometimes that attention does not come from factual news, but they come from opinionated news that are made rather by people who are not exactly the most prepared to do such, to say such things, and these news channels are actually searching for those guys who are going to say the most controversial thing, and it'll come, it's like a big mixture of things.
And
above all,
with all these news, are cases spiking in France, or you guys have it controlled so far? Because everywhere else around the world, the cases are spiking right now in like a big second wave. I actually don't know how France is doing right now.
Well, I believe that it's not what I believe. I know there have been some particular places and focuses where it has been spiking a bit, but like the majority of places and everywhere through Paris, things seem to be rather fine, and people are even not. I mean, most people are not wearing their masks, which I think that it's
wow.
Yeah. A lot of people. I wear my mask because I just feel that this is something like social responsibility. I mean, it's not the fact that if I will get it, but it's the fact that if I have it and it's asymptomatic, the fact that I will not be spreading it around just makes me complete. It makes me feel better about myself somehow.
I agree. I don't. It is proven that the mask will not protect you from somebody, like if somebody's not wearing a mask, it will not protect you if somebody sneezes on you. But if you have it, if you're wearing a mask and you sneeze, if somebody's around you, they will be protected. So it's not for you. Yeah. It's for other people. So it's. I agree. Yeah, wear the mask. People gotta wear the masks.
Yeah, it gets done. It's like last week. It was actually like fun story. We went to a bar. We went to meet some people. This is like a outside bar. It's like right beside the river.
How many people?
It's a very cool place.
How many people?
How many people were at the bar?
No, your party.
My party, I was like, me and my wife, and we were going to meet a couple of Venezuelans, which we found that they were living here and for the past like 5 years, and we hadn't met them, so it was like, wow, new couple, let's go.
There you go.
So yeah, it was, and fact is, I am always wearing my mask. I'm always, I mean, not if I'm like walking outside, but every time I go outside, I have my mask at least in my pocket in case I go indoors. But I believe that since we were going outdoors, I forgot to take my mask. And so I get to the bar, and this is like an outdoor bar, as I'm saying, and it's right besides the river. And this guy is in another door, because there's no door, but there's like the the lines in the airport, which they do with like a cord or something.
Yeah,
so they had this on one side of the place, and he said, "No, you cannot go in without a mask." And I'm like, Jesus, let me, I'll just go and buy one for like, I don't know, 0.5 euros or something. And I started walking. But suddenly my Venezuelan beautiful, beautiful wife called me and said, listen, dude, just walk right beside the guy and I'll pass you my mask and then you go in. And
Oh,
actually,
classic Latino.
I mean, classic Venezuela. That's what I'm saying. Classic Valentino. but the fact is, no one inside the bar was wearing the mask. And I'm talking about like there were like potentially 350 people inside the bar, sitting very close to each other, and no one was wearing a mask. And I mean, it was just to wear the mask, like going through the gate, passing through the security guard, and just then afterwards inside it was just like completely normal, like back to normality, no masks whatsoever. And funny enough, and this has happened a lot to me. Once you sit down and you start talking to people, conversation generally goes to, when do you think is the date when French authorities will implement a new compulsory quarantine?
And what's your prediction on that? A week, 2 weeks, a year?
No, I would say September, probably.
Okay.
September will be quarantine again.
I gotta be honest. We are super jealous over here in Panama because a lot of people have friends outside of Panama, and everybody's posting and sending pictures of them at the beach or at the park or at picnics or at outdoor bars. And we literally can go to the supermarket, the pharmacy, and, I can go to the studio where I'm here alone in a box. But people are super selfish sending us those pictures. I'm just saying. I'm having an issue, man, because right now you know that I have a beautiful baby girl that is almost 3 years old. And apparently, when a child is 3 years old, they require undivided attention. And it's not like, they're going to get hurt. No. They want to play 24/7. And you as an adult, you don't like to play escondidas for 2 hours. It's not your jam.
Yeah.
It's not your jam. And you live in a small apartment. There's so many places you could hide. Funny enough, me and
that they need friends.
Yeah, me and my wife have been trying to get really good at hiding. So the longer she takes finding us, the more time we can be by ourselves. But you have a 6-year-old, correct? Sophie's 6?
Oh no, I wish she's 10.
Sophie's 10. Wow. And where is she right now? Have you been able to see her? She hasn't been able to travel, I'm assuming.
No, it's been actually very hard because we haven't seen each other since January. Actually.
Oh man. Is she in Venezuela?
Yeah, she's right in Caracas with her mom, and it's been very hard. I speak with her every day. It's every time we're speaking, it's like when we end the conversation, it's like, okay, see you soon, but when is soon, Dad? And I actually told her yesterday. She was laughing. She's a very, very extremely sweet girl, and
she is. She's the best.
Yeah. She asks me. She's like, Dad, so when are we going to see each other? And I'm like, I don't know, baby. And I'm actually very, very extremely scared. And she says, why are you so scared? And I said, look, because the fact that you're almost 10 now, and usually girls, when they go 10, they start hating their dads.
Okay.
And she's like, oh my God, no, I will never hate you, Dad. And I say, okay, exactly. I didn't think so, but I just recorded this conversation so that I'll play it to you like a couple of times in the near future. Because kids when they go 10,
That's smart. I have to ask. At what age do they get really cool to hang out with? Because 3 years old is not really cool. It's beautiful to hang out with her, and I have a great time with my baby girl, but it's not fun. It can get old quickly. So what age?
I believe you can relate. Yeah, I believe you can relate to the fact that every day gets better.
Okay.
Yes, there's a point when she's like 2 years or potentially with that is 3 years, where they get like really excited and are playing all the time and they're jumping around and you get tired. Crazy twos. It's the official name.
100%.
But I have to say that every day that goes by, I can relate more to my daughter, and we can just like have like better conversations, and her opinion is like really smart, but so always so naive, and you understand that you can actually have such big power influencing them, and their future will depend on those answers, you know. Their views on the world, and how will they actually tackle their problems in the future.
There you go. So they do get smarter.
Yeah.
They do get smarter. That's good to know.
they do. Yeah, they do.
That's good to know.
Ultimately, they do. Yeah. She's actually expecting for this talk, this program, to go on Spotify, so that she can, have a go.
There you go.
If she will get bored in the middle of it, because
She's gonna be so excited to hear her dad talking good stuff about her.
Good stuff. She's an awesome girl. She's so smart. Yeah.
There you go. Carlos, let's take a quick break and we'll be right back.
I need pop culture.
And we are back with Pop Culture. I'm Andres Klemprer, your host. And on the line, all the way from France, Carlos Luis, who is composing beautiful sonnets for his daughter Sofia right now. Carlos, are you there?
Yes, I am.
There you go.
Can you listen to me?
We can,
yeah.
my friend.
Right.
Super loud, but we can.
Super.
Anyways.
Ooh, let me see if I can.
Okay.
Is this better?
Oh, much better. Wow.
Is this better?
Oh my God, so much better.
Okay.
It was so loud. The first half of this interview is like in a deep cavern.
Okay. So just for future reference,
yes.
there's like a dial or something right beside the screen on the app.
Okay.
That you have, that the speaker has to like take it down a notch.
You see, I love this because you are teaching me, my friend. You are making my show better. I love it. Thank you so much.
Oh, what an honor.
Anyways, sir, let's talk a little bit about your relationship with your wife during quarantine. How long were you guys inside the house by yourselves without going out? Question.
I hate to I hate to tell you this, but here in France, it's always been a bit like, I mean, we at the moment it was the most like harsh. Probably was like for a couple of weeks, but after that, we had permission to go out for an hour a day.
Okay.
Which I generally took for it was like for jogging. So you could go jogging at 7 p.m. and you had to actually write a letter and keep the letter with you in case you got stopped by the police, in which you stated like what you were doing, where do you live, blah, blah, yada, yada.
Wait. Go back. Write a letter to whom?
No, just like write a letter and have it in your pocket. So in case the police stops you, and the letter you had to write in the letter, you had to write like all your information, obviously where you live, and at what time did you exit your house, and that would be just because legally you could only be outside for an hour jogging, and actually it was supposed to be not farther than 1 kilometer from your house, and that was ridiculous because who goes jogging if you're jogging inside court, potentially you would keep the 1 kilometer 1 kilometer rule, but it's very hard.
But
so
did you have
basically
did you have one specific hour a day? Did you have 1 hour, like the same hour every day, or you can choose your hour?
Everyone who wanted to go jogging had to do it at 7 p.m.
Oh, that's so weird. The streets must be crawling with people at 7 p.m. And how long did that go for?
Like a couple of months.
Okay, but the rest of the day you were there with your wife, correct? Inside the house.
And we had an amazing time.
Okay, there you go.
Because yeah. I mean, I'm a very, very lucky guy. She's a beautiful and awesome wife, awesome woman.
Is she standing right next to you?
No. I even have the door closed. But I know she's actually listening to me on the other side. So yeah, and yeah.
You brought back the volume, my friend. You brought back the volume.
Hold on.
There you go.
Back again.
There you go.
Sorry. Yeah.
So
with my cheek.
So what have you guys been watching while you guys been quarantined? Have you been watching anything? Have you been binging any shows?
Well, I have to say, we've been things I remember we've watched. Well, I did watch the Jeffrey Epstein thing documentary.
Hard to watch.
Yeah, which kind of heavy. But then again, I've kind of read about it in the news, so I think the show was a bit like repetition of everything you know, but it was just like very hard to see.
Do you think he killed himself or he was killed by somebody? What's your take? Give me your take. Hot takes.
Hot takes. I'd say he was killed.
There you go. I agree with you. I think he had too much information about very powerful people.
About many people.
Yeah, and he had to go. So have you been following what's been happening with his significant other?
Yeah, what's her name? She has the English girl. Yeah,
Siobhan? Something like that? I don't know her name.
I don't know.
She has a weird name.
But she's in a pretty pickle right now. Thankfully, she's in jail, and they are not letting her any long sheets to be potentially used as ropes or any other implement she could actually turn into herself. So they doing it right this time.
Wow, is that for real? They're not letting her have sheets?
Well, I mean, I guess she has some sheets, but she's under heavy surveillance against her potential suicide.
Wow, dark stuff.
Yeah.
Thankfully, this is a noon show. It's really for the kids.
Yeah,
so what else have you been watching, my friend?
Okay, I have. Well, I did watch. I've never been like such a sports buff.
You are not, no.
But I'm not. No, I'm not. But right now, I watched The Last Dance.
Oh, did you enjoy that?
The Michael Jordan one. I did. I loved it.
Do you remember? Do you remember watching like NBA Finals on in the 90s or no?
Yeah, of course. I was friends with Eduardo Palma, and he made me watch all the Bulls game.
Is he a gambling addict at this point?
No, he's not. He's not.
No, I don't know. I doubt it.
No. Nah,
but he did take the sports seriously.
What?
He did take the sports seriously.
Yeah. But no. Eduardo, he didn't grow as much. He's not that tall.
No. He did take the sports seriously. He did love his sports.
Yeah, he did. Okay, he did. Sorry. Yeah, he did. He actually, he's always been a binge watcher in sports and whatever. And I did also in the sports area, I did watch the Formula One Drive to Survive docu-series, which was amazing.
I've heard that's really good. Cool. You get a perspective from the drivers you've never seen before.
And not only from the drivers, but the team and everything they have to do to actually complete the race. And you finally, you can imagine a lot of things when you watch a race, but you can actually understand how difficult it is and how important it is for every member of the team to do whatever they have to do to make the guy actually win or just race. So it was amazing. I love that show. I have to say.
Yeah. And after watching that show, are you like keen on watching the season? Are you like, oh, now I'm more interested in watching the season?
Yeah, completely. Yeah, completely. Because I have to say, after let's say I did watch when Schumacher and Raikkonen and I mean
those days,
the old Formula One. But now with the English guy and Mercedes winning every race, it's gotten a bit boring. But I have to say, after watching the Formula One Drive to Survive docu thing, I'm actually hooked again, and I'm really enjoying it. And actually MotoGP.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. Yeah, I'm loving it. And there's a French guy who's been winning the last couple of races, who's called Fabio Quartararo. I know he's an Italian name, but he's actually a French national.
have you been able to
It's been
watch these
amazing.
kind of races and stuff over there, like live? Have you gone to these events or no?
No, when you're actually planning to move to Europe, you're always saying, "I'm going to be, traveling everywhere, and every weekend I'll be elsewhere and such." And in reality, when reality hits you, time is of the essence, and it's kind of complicated. So I have not, and my wife is not very keen to go into a race. So I've done other stuff.
For example, I'm curious.
Well, for example, we've traveled to little towns, pretty towns around. We've gone to the Alps. We've gone to the center of France for biking trips, which have been amazing. We went once to Ibiza, which was amazing. We went off season. But still, it was delicious because as an island, it is such a beautiful, beautiful island, and there's a lot to do. Not like Ibiza, everyone knows of it because of the partying and such. But it's actually a pretty nice place to go.
You've always been very outdoorsy. That's more of your thing. What are you looking forward to do, or what do you want to do once this quarantine is over? Like, what are you looking like? I need to do this right after everything opens up. I want to do this. What is that one thing?
Well, funny story. I was supposed to go on March, actually. I had a trip that I planned with the university to the Alps, very close to Mont Blanc. It was a joint effort between my university and the Gendarmerie, which is like the police, the ultra technical police guys here. And it was like a crisis management program. And it was going to be climbing the mountains, and it was going to be awesome, super spectacular. But of course, it got canceled. Like so many other things.
But it got canceled or postponed?
Well, it's the postponed with, supposed to be postponed, but it's probably not going to happen. I don't see it happening, and time starts getting a little bit more complicated, and everyone has their duties and stuff, and so yeah.
Sad times. Let's take a break, and when we come back, more from your outdoors trip after this ends.
I love pop culture.
And we are back with Pop Culture. I'm Andrés Clemente, your host, and on the line, a good friend of mine all the way from Paris, Carlos Luis Klemprer. Carlos, are you there, my friend?
Of course, man. How are you?
Sir, I gotta be honest, I love talking to you because I miss you, man. I miss the whole group, and we haven't seen each other. I think the only moments we are together is when somebody gets married.
Yeah, so that's why I kind of get thirsty every time I hear your voice.
Oh, nice. Classy.
I want to drink something. Yeah.
So, but thankfully, one of our good friends, I think the last one, got engaged recently. So a wedding is in the near future for us to get together once more and get together, man.
I would
I'm
correct
excited.
myself saying the near future. I wouldn't say the near future, but I say the future.
Hey, man, I'm positive. I'm always trying to be positive. I'm always trying to be positive.
Yeah, no, but definitely. Let's hope for a very, very near future reunion, because we always have such a good time, such a good time.
When you think of the group, when you think of our group, what is the one memory you go to? Like, what is I remember that moment. Do you have one?
Oof.
Give me your top three. Give me your top three.
Well, the top three, I have to say, every Friday we would actually go out from school. We go out for lunch, all of us together, just the guys.
I'm not very proud of that, though. I'm not very proud of that. Because because I don't know if you remember this, but I used to steal somebody's account to where we would go. and I would charge it to their account, and I literally did this for about 6 months or a year, and that person, I don't know if they ever found out, but yeah, I took a lot of money from his account. I apologize. What else do you have? What else do you have on the memory
Oof. I remember because at that time, like, we weren't driving at night. So I remember, like, whatever we used to do, we used to sleep over on a particular one's house, We would choose a house and we'd go. So I remember the huge sleepovers we had, like, it was like 14 of us at the same place. We were all, like, lying in the floor everywhere. And obviously, every time we went out and we arrived, we continued drinking, and I mean, it was such a good time.
I gotta be honest, we learned to drink the right way, because we learned to drink in a safe space and with no women around. So if we got super drunk, there were no embarrassments. They can later be turned against you. Yeah. So it was like.
Do you remember a particular one? When I had to call my parents because it was like one of our first events, and a particular friend of us got so drunk that he started crying, and he saying that he was going to die, and calling for his mom, and
I don't remember that. I don't remember that.
Come on, man.
Was I the one crying? I don't recall that. I'm not.
No.
Okay, good.
No, it was a really good friend of yours whose name starts with an R. I don't want to spoil him.
Oh, damn it! When we finish this, let me know who it was, because I'm dying to know.
Yeah, I mean, and you're going to remember. You're going to laugh so hard.
Yeah, I honestly remember. I remember the going to Margarita. All of us together. It was all during the day at the beach, all during the night at the clubs. I remember recently, like. It's something, we have this thing as a group. We grew up together since we were 5 years old, and we don't talk every day. We don't talk every month, but when we are all together, it's like we were never in different countries. It's really amazing. And some, yeah. By the way, Roger is calling me on the phone right now, which is super weird.
Well, he probably heard me, the last comment I said, and the fact that a guy whose name started with the letter R.
Yeah, so he thinks it's him.
He thinks, yeah.
Well, yeah, I think that's what I miss the most. Those things that we really do not need to talk every day, but when we are together, it's like we were still in high school and we still have a good time. And I really miss that, dude.
Hello.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Are you back?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. I even felt it last time, and thank you for that. You went all the way to my wedding, and it was an amazing time. I
remember you.
Awesome time. Great.
We were at a place that had the slowest golf carts in the world.
Yeah,
it was faster to walk from place to place than in the actual golf carts.
Exactly.
But it was so much fun. I remember.
By the way, you are going to dig because we were speaking before about the series, the Miles Davis, like it's a documentary.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome, man.
When does it premiere?
You have got to see it. No, it's already on Netflix.
Oh, okay. I gotta be honest. I see you are more into documentaries than actual fiction shows. Is that correct?
No. I mean, I have such a long list. I can actually. I'm a big fan of Brooklyn 99.
Okay. Did you hear they had 4 episodes already written down, and they had to scrap them all together because of the whole police brutality thing that's happening in the States? They need to change all the scripts. So they had to throw everything away from season 8 and they had to start all over again, which is honestly in a creative way. It's smart to do. It is a show about police officers. You need to address the subject matter a little bit, I'm assuming. I know it's a comedy, but you still need to speak about it.
Yeah, I guess. I have okay. Yeah.
By the way, I recommend. I know you like some Andy Samberg. I know you like his movies. I recommend you watch Palm Springs on Hulu. It's fun. It's a nice. Palm
Springs.
It's called Palm Springs, like the place, like the location.
Oh.
It's Andy Samberg, and it's a nice date night movie, man.
Palm Springs.
Yeah, write that down. It's a nice date night movie. I really recommend you watch that. One day you don't want to watch anything in French,
All right.
you can watch that.
Well, I actually got a very funny one, a French one, very funny.
Hey, there's some really good French movies.
And it's called, yeah, and in English it's called A Very Secret Service, and it's a series, and it's the funniest because it's like these French guys, and they always making fun of themselves. Like, and at one point they have, and they are like, it's a police force, like a CIA, a French CIA, and they have actually at one point a meeting with those real CIA agents, and so the French guys come and this is actually based in the past.
Where can I
and
find
they
that?
Go on Netflix also. Very French humor. But,
How's your French, by the way? Are you watching these movies in French, or are you watching them in English and stuff? How's your French? Are you?
But no, the French I watched them in French, and I kind of struggle sometimes.
Okay.
But if I have to say, living in France for the past almost 2 years has actually made my English go crappy, not making anything better for my French.
It does happen. We were talking about Roger that he was calling. His English went to hell, but his Portuguese is on point. He lived in Brazil for so many years, so he's great with the Portuguese.
Exactly.
The English is not so good.
No, and the thing is, you are trying to practice your French here, but particularly in Paris, maybe outside could be different, but in Paris, most of the people whom they have been, for in the back history, they've been always told to being rude and whatever. They understood that tourism is so important for Paris. So most of the people, I guess, have learned to speak in English. And when they see your French is kind of sucky, as mine is,
they judge?
Automatically start speaking English.
Oh, okay.
They start speaking English.
So all the stereotypes are not true.
Not any. I mean, I'd say not anymore. You do find some French people in the middle of the street that could be, crappy people, but as in the rest of the world, it's just like that.
Before we go, my friend, what is the Frenchest hobby you have picked up in France? The thing that you really would not do anywhere else.
Are you
wearing berets?
I take a No. I take my bicycle. I take a book and I go to the park.
Oh,
that's
my God!
Like the most. Yeah, and I take a blanket and I lie on the floor.
Oh my God, man! Like a nice movie from the '60s,
yeah.
Classy.
Yeah, kind of. And the other hobby I have, it's not a hobby but a necessity, is understanding the French culture and the ambiguity of a concept called a récépissé, which is a piece of paper they give you, and it's just like. Do you remember when we were small, we had our first IDs, that we had a pre-ID?
I do not recall a pre-ID, man. In Venezuela, we had an ID when
it's a comprobante.
Okay.
It's called a comprobante.
Okay.
You remember? It's like
no, man. We had a cedula from like third grade. What are you talking about? We had an ID since third grade.
Come on, man. You don't know. It's just your memory is kind of crappy. But we had a comprobante of your cedula, and that's what you had for like 3 months before you had the actual cedula. And fact is, here in France, everything works with a récépissé, which is a comprobante. That's what it is.
Okay.
And it's the funniest because I came to France, I had my visa, and my visa was they gave it to me for like 6 months. Later, I wanted to renew it, and they only gave me a récépissé, which is a piece of paper I swear I could actually do in my house. And every time I go, I leave France and I'm coming in again, I just show the stupid paper, and they like, oh, okay, you have the récépissé, please go in.
There you go.
And today, which is a very important day, I actually got my titre de séjour, which is like the cédula, the ID. And finally, after 2 years, I have the ID, which they gave it to me for 6 months. But unfortunately, it says I was born in Caracas, which apparently is a city that is located in Kosovo, man.
Are you serious? Oh my God, you got to redo it all over again?
Yeah, potentially. I'm actually thinking of not doing it at all. And
I've
just,
heard Kosovo is a nice place.
Learning the language. Yeah, I'm just gonna learn the language and say
like,
whatever.
Screw it.
You know?
You look Kosovish.
Yeah.
I don't know what is it called.
Kosovish, yeah.
Anyway, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. This was fun. I hope you get to see Sophie super soon.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
And say hi to your beautiful wife.
And send the best to Alex, Bella, and Samantha, of course. I won't forget.
Yes, the puppy, always there. Trust me, always there.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Beautiful.
Take care, sir. Lovely to hear from you.
Take care, my man.
Bye-bye.
Good times.
That was Carlos Luis Klemprer, all the way from France, talking a little bit about quarantine in other countries. We gotta contrast. We gotta compare and contrast, guys, because we are not doing great, and we might get some help by comparing ourselves to other countries and trying to improve ourselves because of it. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Tomorrow I have my segment Theater in the New Normal with Tito Vallarino. On Friday, the popular segment is back. Kid movies through adult eyes with Simon Tejeda. We are going to do The Lion King. Yes, we're going to deep dive into The Lion King. Try to check out what 2 adult moments in that movie, what are 2 kid moments, how the parenting is like, would we live in the savannah? We're going to go all deep diving into Lion King. It might be really fun. Guys, take care. I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Oh, remember, if you caught the interview a little bit late, we are recording now, so you can check out the show on YouTube at the Grada channel. You go in Grada Radio. There's a Pop Culture with Andres Clemente playlist. Check out my past shows there. And remember, I also started an RSS podcast feed, which you can look for in Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, all those platforms you use for podcasts. You will find Pop Culture with Andres Clemente. This interview will be going up probably by Thursday, so expect it then. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Relájate con Cool FM, una estación con clase.